Many of you are already familiar with warrior series, such as Warrior 2, where we externally rotate one leg, bend at the knee, and open up through the hips, creating stability through our other hip. This is a natural opener for our hips and helps us to prepare for things like triangle and moving forward deeper into the hips. This helps to open up large groups of muscles, and it's a nice opener. But what about if we start with the warrior series that are neutral positioned? So today we're going to do the neutral warriors, and we're going to help digest some things coming into the holiday weekend and trying to do a little bit more in the way of standing twists. So if you have a couch or a chair or anything that could be a prop for you, that's helpful to have in this session. You can also use a strap, and a strap will help you kind of access some of these parts. So what we're going to start off with, we're going to do all three warriors today. We're going to start off prepping for Warrior 1. Now, Warrior 1 is interesting because I think it's a little bit harder than, say, a crescent pose. So we're going to start with our crescent. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking my left leg forward, I'm taking my right leg back, and I'm going to be on the ball of the back foot with a bend in my back knee. You can steady yourself with your chair, or if you're feeling it, you can just put your hands on your hips to feel this almost like a squat, right? You have a squat in one leg and then you're extending through your hip flexor here. So I'm asking you to maybe bend the knee and then straighten that back knee. Bend the knee and straighten that back knee, and start to feel where in the hip, in this more straighter leg, you feel the stretch. So you can stay here, you can steady yourself here. We're just going to do maybe 3 and another 2, and last 1. Hold here and both knees bent for 3, 2, 1, and we're going to come back to standing. And just take a moment, stand in your mountain pose in your Tadasana. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Fan the toes, find your grounding here. And then we're going to go to the other side. So the other knee is going to bend, and we're going to feel a stretch in the back leg. So we're going to start by bending that knee in the back leg, and we're just going to straighten it out a few times just to get into this hip flexor and the psoas muscle. So the psoas is one of the only muscles that crosses the bottom half of the body and the top half of the body. So it really helps us to find that in between, right, of upright standing. So let's do 3 and 2, good, and 1, and we're going to hold it for 3, 2, and 1. And let's come back to standing. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, now we're ready to go into Warrior 1. Now, Warrior 1 is a little tricky sometimes. We're going to start with this left leg again. We're going to bend the right knee, and that back leg pivots so that you are more aligned here, but you're really trying to move that right hip forward so that back heel kind of drags behind you, and you start to feel a deep stretch in the calf. Keep the front knee bent. Feel the toes, both sides of the front leg. That's your standing leg, right? This is your stability leg, but this one we're really standing in the squat. And as you take a deep breath in, take the arms up and overhead. And we're going to find ourselves here with a mini back bend, right? We feel maybe a little bit in the back, in the low back. lengthen out and see if you can lengthen the arms, plug in the arms into the shoulders and hold for 3, 2, and last one. And then softly on that exhale, release and just check in with both legs. Again, we're doing neutral positions in the hips. We're trying to get neutral, but they're asymmetrical. So we have to go to both sides. So we're going to start on the other side, maybe giving ourselves a little bit more, and then pivoting that back foot so that we have a little bit of a twist there, like it's an open, the hip wants to open, but you are telling the hips, no, I want you to be neutral, right? It's almost like a twist to the back leg. And then when you're ready, take the arms up and overhead, take a deep breath in. Imagine that you have your torso in your hands here and you're just lengthening up through the pelvis. You're holding your pelvis. This is just imagine you are. And you feel your spine lengthen even more for 3, 2, and last one. Nice deep breath in to come back, and then sort of take your time to do a few external rotations, internal rotations, right? Internal. And then maybe a kick. We're going to go kick forward and kick back. And just a real easy flow here. Nothing too crazy, just whatever your body is trying to tell you. Okay, moving on. We're going to continue with our processing warrior, right? And we're going to go into a tree pose because sometimes warriors need trees. So take whichever leg is you're feeling your really sturdy standing leg. For me today, I think it's my right leg. And I'm going to pull my hip in and automatically take my left leg up so that I feel that lift, that buoyancy from the lower half of the body. I'm going to externally rotate this leg. This is already the test, like where am I? I want to place my foot under my knee, or if you're feeling a little spicier today, you can take it above the knee. You can always use your prop to hold yourself up and just take a few rounds of breath here. Tucking this hip in and letting this foot meet it, right? That's the point. You're also working on that psoas, right? So find a focus point and bring your awareness to it. It takes a lot of concentration and awareness of the breath and just a general focus for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Well done. Give yourself a little bit of a release from that. We're going to go to the other leg. So just because this leg wasn't the first leg doesn't mean that it's not the best leg. Why don't you just pull that hip in, lengthen. It's as if someone's lifting your knee up. And then externally rotate, finding that lower half. Or if you did the higher on one, just to keep it even, do the higher on the other. You can always grab on to things. You can always use your props. Your props are there. They're really your friends. And again, that pulling together of the hip and the foot for 3, and 2, and 1. And release. Nice. Well done. Excellent. How do your hips feel now? Just give them a little bit of a wiggle and maybe even like close your eyes and just flow for a second. Just see how it feels. Maybe in the neck. Where were you holding that pose? Where was the effort really coming from? It should have been from the legs. But maybe we feel it in the shoulders. Maybe we felt it in our jaw. Maybe it was in our hands or feet. Just try and release from that. Okay, This is where we're going to continue on with our prop. And I'm really lucky here because my couch has two levels. I have the I'm not really feeling it today level and the I'm going for the full Monty level, okay? So what we're going to do is start by standing once again like we did in our tree pose, except extending our leg up. I feel pretty good today, so I am going to take it all the way up. And I'm going to hold here because this is a really nice stretch for the backs of the legs. I'm going to pull the toes toward me. And maybe, if you'd like, you can take the arms up and overhead for 3, 2, and 1. And softly release. And we're going to go to the other side. So you're going to take that other leg. It's going to maybe feel different. We're looking for that neutral position, right? So both hip points moving towards one direction. Arms up and overhead for 3, toes back. Deep breath in, 2. Pull the knee in towards the thigh, 1. And softly release. Okay, we have done a lot of asymmetrical poses. Let's do a little puppy, a little downward facing dog, a puppy dog pose. So we take our arms out and we pull through the spine, letting the back release here, maybe a little side to side with the head. And slowly coming back up. Okay, hands on your prop. If you have a chair, this is a really good place to be. We're going to place our right leg down and we're going to shift that back leg, chairs permitting, to extend it out as far as we possibly can. This is our warrior 3. You can place your hands at your heart. You can do airplane arms. You can do whatever you want here, and you're going to hold for 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly coming back. Same principle as our tree pose, tucking in that hip. So let's go to the other side. I'm having to do it on a little bit of an angle here. I'm going to move the chair a bit so I have a little bit more space for the other side. So other side, left leg for me. I'm going to extend that leg back and flex through the foot while I take this hip and pull it in, right? For a nice deep breath in, 3, 2, and last 1. And then slowly coming back. Lovely. Take a deep breath in, standing on both feet. Wow, how lovely is that to stand just here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Okay, now we're going to use this chair. This is somewhere in between those two. And I am going to take my leg and open it up in this way, kind of like our pigeon pose, right? I'm standing firmly on my right leg, pulling in through my right hip, just like we did. And then I'm trying to bring this heel closer towards my pelvis. This height works really well for me. I'm going to take a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to exhale to look over my right shoulder so that I find that opening, right? I'm trying to open from the hips, and I'm lucky this is a swivelly chair, so I can kind of find that twist using my hips to help me twist. Nice deep breath in, long spine, exhale out. One more. And then slowly coming back to center, releasing that leg. Let's go to the other side. So we take our leg, and our left leg is right underneath of our hip. So we're really trying to bring that awareness in. And I feel it's not quite there, so I'm going to adjust because that's important, right? Go for it. So we're going to take our arm here and then maybe hand on the hip just to twist. And then slowly coming back. Okay. We can take our chair and move it back. Even in the smallest of spaces, you can do yoga. Let's come back to a downward facing dog, either on the floor or this puppy dog version. And then inhale to slowly bring yourself all the way back up. Now we'll do a final relaxation, standing up, or if you have enough time and room, you can lay down. But imagine that you're doing a standing Shavasana because Shavasana is a blueprint pose. Tadasana is a blueprint pose. We have all of these blueprint poses that build off of other poses and help us find perspective in how the shape of our body is. And in Tadasana and Shavasana, you are upright, you are equal, right? You're laying down horizontally in Shavasana, but in Tadasana, you're standing. Take a moment to relax from the top of the head, feeling a soft melting. Imagine your hair and your forehead is just really soft, as if it's a warm, sunlit day with a nice breeze. And you feel your eyes soften, and your jaw, and the neck. There's as little effort to keep it up. The shoulders drop and they go back. The belly just slightly engages, just so we have that support, right? The low back relaxes. The flesh of the bum relaxes. We're using only the required muscles in the legs to hold us up. Soften the jaw one more time. Don't forget. The lips. Take in a deep breath from this place. Touch this place of relaxed consciousness and hold here for 3 breaths. And then softly join the hands together. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day.